Okay, still got 20 of you lurking around. Quickly joining the game. Apologies about this. Small internet hiccup. Had to just restart my internet. Hopefully I haven't missed too much. Straight up top. Blizzard still alive. This man just doesn't die. Let's switch off directed camera. Bring down net worth. Okay, we're back. We're good. Okay, what have I missed? Best way to look at this is KDA. So the no chance Earthshaker. He's found 5 kills for himself 9 minutes in. That's going to be a quick blink dagger for him. Chen has found 2. So it seems as if they found 1 kill onto the Void, 1 kill onto the Crystal Maiden. They are applying pressure up top. More action down bottom. Swifty's got to be careful. The Earth Spirit in no man's land. 2-man LSA coming out. 2-man Enchanter to follow. They got the Echo Slam as well. It's a double. Make that a triple kill for Swifty as he finds not 1 but 3 as the Templar Assassin was in the vicinity as well. They all clump up, they all gather around, and they all fall at the hands of Moen, No Chance, Ijaz. Down bottom, Crowley still landing these shackles, applying pressure every now and then onto the Weaver. And quickly bring down net worth as well. The mid lane, again, didn't go as bad as it should have for Swifty, as he's up there in terms of net worth. He's keeping up with the Templar Assassin, hasn't really lost the mid lane. Crowley's won bottom heavily. Curious to see what he builds into. Seems to be the standard. Maelstrom into the Blink Dagger. But Blizzard is suffering. If anything, Blizzard is suffering. Needs that 1 more item and then he can get active with the Chronosphere. The time dilation applied onto the Necroforce. So that shroud is then. The Ghost Shroud is then. He's just going to back off. The good news is that the Chen lineup did take a tier 1 tower. This is kind of good and bad news because the Necroforce always susceptible to getting ganked all by himself. This also sort of forces the Radiant to play the dire jungle. Which is what we should see out of Veewake. Swifty moves in mid. The LSA will whiff. Excellent on the Templar Assassin. Has got to be careful. The Frostbite is there. It is damage over time, and that refraction will be burned through along with the Laguna Blade. They'll find the kill for Swifty. They will lose the Earthshaker. It was a mega kill streak. 400 gold for the Earthshaker's death. Going over to the Templar Assassin, but she'll die as well. Chen making his way across to the mid lane. Just quickly checking on XSplit actually, but there is action mid. He's going to end up falling. Crowley's here as well. Chipping away on the Chen. Okay, so the stream is running. Just refreshing chat. And yeah. Lost 20 of you, but okay. Thanks to the 6 of you that stuck around. Blizzard building towards that tread. Should have it soon. Templar Assassin. See, building into level 10 on the TA. Up top, the first Chronosphere of the game catches the Necroforce. The Fishers there as well. The Hand of God. Everything in the kitchen sink being employed here. So that Signify can find that kill onto the Necroforce. And they'll find it. And it's gold going over to Blizzard. Not much, but still something. Mid lane. Veewake. I mean, all they want to do is find this tier 1 tower mid. And they're trying time and time again. Crowley. He's still holding on to his gold. I think he goes for the Maelstrom first over the blink. There's the risk that you go for the blink early and then you just fall off. It's a risk. It's a very big risk. The Maelstrom at least ensures that you keep farming. If nothing else, I mean, with the Focus Fire, you can just run down the Chen, run down the Earth Spirit. Easy kills. And they see the Necroforce down bottom. I mean, taking that tier 1 tower up top, it's equal amount of good and bad. Beautiful shackle coming out from Crowley. I'm not even sure if that angle existed in geometry, but he's found the Necroforce. He'll commit the Echo Slam. They have the Enchanter and the damage. Crowley gets the kill, 241 gold. Negi did end up falling. I think he was making his way towards bottom. Yep, and died in the Radiant jungle. Swifty just doing his best to hold on to this tier 1 tower mid, and Crowley, he's gone for the blink. This could work in a sense because both him and the Earthshaker, they both have their blinks available. Together they can move around the map and cause all sorts of problems. Yeah, Sujit, both PSG, LGD as well as Secret have been invited to the PvP event. It's not a major, it's just a standalone Dota event. And depending on the brackets, Signify, who made their way to the main event, could be playing either one of these 2 teams. Negi, well, He's not having too much fun. He's found the Chen. He's actually letting the freezing fields go. He won't find the kill, but Crowley there on cleanup. Reaper side committed. They trade support for support in the shackle. Latches perfectly under the Earth Spirit. No chance. Earn charge upon him. Can't really blink just yet. His blink got cooled down. Fisher cooling down as well. They might want to go back in yet again. But look at this. The mid lane. That TA along with the Weaver constantly trying to find the stay one tower mid. No chance. Just sitting in the trees. Waiting for an opportunity. Biding his time, yeah. Crowley's got the blink. I presume he's got the javelin complete as well. Yep. Up top, Blizzard. Well, he's been left against the Weaver. Weaver didn't go for the EXP talent. Went for the mana break. Down bottom, Crowley and no chance. Set up, find a kill. Goal going over to no chance. Not too much of a bother. Crowley isn't really falling off. Not like I expected or assumed. Quick send back coming up from the Chen. So the Earth Spirit is going to be okay. He'll do as much as he can, but yeah, he's not going to find the kill. The Hand of God just in case. The Stones doing their work. The Magnetize might just bring down no chance. He's still alive, but he's going to tick down. Earth Spirit finds a kill. Gets back home safely, but up top, Blizzard and Swifty teaming up. They find the Weaver. They've got the LSA and the Dragon Slave and the Laguna just in case. Well, they lose that Earthshaker. They find a core, and problem is Swifty has to keep on coming back and dealing with this mid lane. Doesn't want to give away the tower for free. He's got the Yule Scepter. Crowley! The attempt ambitious, almost perfect. Just a fraction of a second too early. If I think that was the issue. Crowley, he's going to shrug off the damage. Just walk away. The power shot, not going to latch. Negi, he's dropped a couple of deep observer wards. They're being pinged out. They're going to get dewarded as well. But this one still stands. I got Spirit's got a sentry. Doesn't check for it. But yeah, small 2000 net worth advantage for Signify. They are playing around their cooldowns very wisely. Blizzard, I mean, Void, not really a hero that wins the lane, so to say, anymore. Not in these, not in this current side lane heavy meta. But they're making space for him. No chance, as well as Crowley with his early blink daggers, just moving across the map, finding kill after kill, trying to make space for the Void. And every time Blizzard has Chrono, calls Swifty over, gets himself a kill. Now this mid tower has fallen, so there's not much for Swifty to do, just hanging around the mid lane. He's got the Yules, he's building towards the Shadow Blade. He can get active, he can move across the map along with the Earthshake and the Wind Ranger. And they're going to do just that. I don't think they saw the Necrophos mid. Down bottom actually, but they might just move in that direction. Is that a Radiant? Yeah, that's a Radiant Tinker Ward. And yeah, the scan is there. Crowley quick to blink away. Earth Spirit just starts his own TP and cancels it. Crowley's got to be yeah, he sees the Earth Spirit in the trees. He could go for the shackle. He doesn't have the Maelstrom complete. He just needs vision under the Earth Spirit and he might find it. The Boulder Smash gonna break down a couple of more trees, and the Earth Spirit with the rolling boulder is gonna be okay. Up top though, Negi, not really sure what he was doing. In no man's land. All by himself, ends up falling. But Signify, they might just find a tier 2 on the back of this. Earth Spirit's actually going to roll in, but he rolls in straight into an LSA. The Fisher, the Laguna, the power shot. They'll bring down the Earth Spirit. That's Madefake's main source of team fight. Taken out of the equation. And Blizzard still trying to catch up. He's got the Master Madness complete. He's made a somewhat decent recovery. He's keeping up in terms of net worth along with the Weaver. Down bottom, the Necrophos held in place, connected to his own belly creep. Should end up falling. No chance. Unloads the Echo Slam. They find the Necrophos. They want to be careful though, as Madefake, they are grouped up near their own shrine. Echo Slam on cooldown. Signify probably want to back off. And they're going to do just that. Might just want to linger around a little bit longer. The 20-minute bounty rune should be up in a bit. Might want to pick those up. Chen, now he's found his levels, but both these supports, they didn't have the best in terms of a laning phase, and they're kind of hoping that they somehow claw their way back. They want to bring down this Crowley Wind Ranger. Crowley all by himself does have the Blink, the Shackles, perfect, no chance. Earthshaker finds the Earth Spirit in the trees, and no chance might just end up falling. Negi in the vicinity, they'll drop the Magnetize just for the Earthshaker. Negi lets the Freezing Fields go. Crowley is there with the power shot. The Reaper side quickly tries to cancel the Freezing Fields. The Test of Fate, Chen trying to keep himself alive, will not survive as Crowley gets himself a mega kill. Negi, not Nega, dropping low, should still end up surviving. And Signify, they find the Chen and they lose none. While Blizzard up top, I think he found the Weaver all by himself. This is quite huge actually. The Weaver was the one hero on the side of Madefake who was supposed to fulfill a similar role as, just like Blizzard, kind of get sacked in the laning phase and then find this mid game to find recovery. But if he's the one dying, and he's dying at the hands of Blizzard, it's only more bad news for Madefake, and the tier 2 tower bottom will fall as well. Blizzard even picking up the tier 1 tower up top. 20-minute bounty runes at play here. Blizzard in position for one of them. Signify they should find the 2 bottom. Crowley's got his Blink and his Maelstrom. He's just going to replenish his bottle with that bounty rune as well. Unconventional Dire Observer Ward, somewhat effective, does give them a little bit of vision. This one might just get dewarded, but if you look at the map, the Radiant, I'm going to toggle over to Radiant Vision. This is Radiant Vision. They see nothing except this top lane. And Signify have a lot more information. They know the Weaver is farming his jungle. They know the Necrophos is up top. There's a lot more that Signify can play with. And it seems as if for now, they're trying to move towards the mid lane and try and take that mid tier 1 tower. An Observer Ward on this Ancient provides a little bit of key information. Unlikely spot, doesn't get dewarded that often. A ward putting in the work for Signify. Madefake, they want to push up top. There's an Orchid complete on the Templar Assassin, but Crowley just making the smart player, chipping away at the tier 3. This might force Madefake to come back. While Signify, they're sacrificing one tier 2 tower, getting the enemy mid tier 1, and Crowley shipping away on the tier 3. Crowley didn't quite get to blink, but what? No chance. Goes in with the Echo Slam on it too. They won't bring down the Weaver. The power shot is there. They'll find one Necrophos still alive. Will manage to walk it off, but up top, Templar Assassin caught in a Chronosphere. The LSA is there. The damage from Swifty more than enough to bring down the TA and Signify. They find 2 cores. Crowley's still alive, reasonably healthy. They can go back in yet again. Crowley lining up for the Shackle. Will latch that Necrophos onto a range creep, or rather a melee creep, and Negi's there. With the Frostbite, the Enchant Totem hit, the smack, everything, and the Kitchen Sink being thrown in on this Necrophos, but it's still not enough. Signify find a tier 1 tower mid. Well, bring the tier 3 tower down bottom to half HP, and they hold on to their own tier 3 tower. All in all, I guess it's a rather favorable exchange for them. Crowley's going to shrine up. He's got a DD in his bottle, and they could play around this. Waves pushed in. They could have gone Roshan if they had a lineup that did RS a little effectively. Blizzard going for the Manta style so that he's not too bothered by that Orchid on the Templar Assassin, and even the Geomagnetic Grip, which could control him and result in his death. We were building towards that BKB. Severe lack of damage, but prioritizing survivability here because there is a lot of control coming out from Signify. And Madefake, they're going to pop a smoke and move down mid. They see Swifty. No chance. He's there in the vicinity. Doesn't have the Echo Slam for a minute. Madefake. They'll take high ground. Signify. They'll not take the bait. Okay. No chance is on a trap. He might just end up falling, but he's going to blink away. And 5-man smoke rotation results in nothing. They do get that ward done, which is okay. No Chance blinks forward, drops the Fisher, not on time. The LSA is there. No Chance should probably end up falling here. The Reaper side there for good measure. 76 seconds without No Chance, but Negi is here with the freezing fields. The Laguna, enough for them to find the TA. They lose the 4 position. Earthshaker, but they'll find the Templar Assassin. A lot of gold for that one. And Swifty, he's got the Yule Scepter coming off cooldown. Heck, he doesn't even need it. The LSA is there. Blizzard just pump faking the Chronosphere, the Ghost Shroud, and the TP. Ambitious attempt at best, especially when there's so much lockdown on the side of Signify. And that lockdown paying dividends as Signify find themselves the Necroforce. But the real issue is that they did lose the Wind Ranger. 1,000 gold going the way of Viva for getting that kill. I'm not quite sure how that happened. I guess it was the Earth Spirit and the Weaver teaming up. And Matefake really needed that. It's a huge kill for them. The Weaver's getting closer and closer to his BKB. After that, he can probably ignore all the lockdown coming out from Signify and just jump the Squishies, jump the Wind Ranger, jump the Earthshaker, and take them out of the equation. Blizzard finds an Invis rune. Can't... maybe could bring down the Weaver. I'm not sure. There's a fair amount of HP on him. And he tags the Shrine just in case. Signify... Well, they're still finding pickups across the map. Blizzard's actually going to commit the Chronosphere. He's got his Mana Style Illusions, and it's going to be enough. He found the Weaver, pushed back his BKB by a bit. Big pickups for Signifier. Swifty just keeps snowballing by killing these supports time and time again. And Blizzard finds himself the Weaver. Swifty with that Shadow Blade on the hunt. He sees the Earth Spirit. He's playing around the bounty room. The LSA, perfect. The Dragon Slave is there. No chance. With the Fisher just in case, and with the Shiver's Guard, they got more than enough damage to bring him down. An early Shiver's Guard here for Swifty, just so that he has enough armor to not be too bothered by the Templar Assassin and the Weaver. Speaking of the Templar Assassin, these Blizzard Illusions will scout her out. Negi hiding... by that tree. I'm not sure if that's really the best place to be, but he's okay. Crawley very nearly has his Ags complete. I think he's got it complete. Yeah, it's coming out on the courier. He's going to have his Ags. Swifty's just pushing out top. And with that reduced cooldown on the Focus Fire, he can go and keep on making play after play. The Shackle's perfect. The Fisher's there just in case. Another Enchant Totem. Just for good measure. And Crawley and No Chance. They've been up to no good. Neither has Swifty as they find themselves the Earth Spirit. The Boulder Smash somehow still coming out. The send back is there and it's not enough. Crawley gets himself a double kill. The Earth Spirit as well as the Templar Assassin, both getting him the gold he needs. That's going to propel him closer and closer to his next item. All this while Blizzard just pushing out the bottom lane. Finds a tier 3 tower. Matefake being stretched across the map. They converge for this Blizzard Boil. The Dark Troll Summoner is there with the Sniper. The Manta Style will shrug it off. Negi with the Freezing Fields doing a lot of work. The Fisher on point. No chance. Does he want that Echo Slam? No, he doesn't. His Blink was disabled. And Signify. Well, they've got the Chronosphere coming off cooldown in a bit. They've got Swifty pushing out top. That tier 3 tower is falling low as well, and they're taking the melee bags down bottom. They'll even pop the glyph, so the Dark Creep Wave survives and should find a lane of barracks here. Matefake, I mean, is severely being outplayed. They're outplayed as a team, and that's a good sign if you're a Signify supporter. Crowley just chipping away on the tier 2 rather. With the Axe, Scepter can be liberal with the use of the Focus Fire. And Earth Spirit. Well, 27 minutes in, nowhere close to his blink. It's been a rough game. I think both teams drop. Okay, so this Radiant Sentry does see that. No, it doesn't. I'll Signify they'll keep vision. And they'll keep pushing. They find the tier 2. Crowley's prepping up Roshan. And Swifty will join him with the double damage rune. Nothing less. Gavin smiles upon them. Signify. Well, they're going to claim Roshan. Matefake. They are making their way towards the pit, but there's a Negi in the way. And that Negi. Well, it's not his day, but he's done his job. The Shackle. Beautiful. Will latch onto the TA. There's an earn charge upon her. No chance. Leaps from the skies. Blizzard with a perfect Chronosphere. Catches 3. They'll deal with the TA first. They'll look towards the Weaver. The Laguna Blade enough. The Echo Slam not even needed. And No Chance doesn't feel the need to use it at all. He's just going to keep on jumping time and time again onto this Necroforce. And all 3 cores die on the side of Mate Fake. The Earth Spirit trying to run, but the shackles are there yet again by Crowley. And Blizzard, he's got his Diffuser Blade complete as well. He's going to get the kill, a triple kill for him. Swifty's chipping away on the tier 3 tower. The Focus Fire available. Crowley can push out top as well. Mate Fake, they've got one last fight in them and no chance. He's still got that Echo Slam. He's still holding on to it. No buyback on the Weaver, the Earth Spirit. The Necroforce did buy back. Not sure if it's going to be enough. Is Shen with, well, the Drums of Endurance. The Echo Slam only on the TA, and he had his Refraction active. It isn't going to do too much other than offer a little bit of control. But control is all Signify need, as they've got damage by the heaps. That Weaver being the only teammate alive on the side of Mate Fake, and Mate Fake know it. Is GG, well played. Signify, well, they're going to cruise through. They're going to cruise forward, push forward here with a very convincing victory over Mate Fake. Gonna quickly hop onto the brackets. You lads can check out the brackets yourself. It's exclamation brackets. And there you go. So what do we got next? We got... okay, this is where things start to become interesting. Signifier playing somebody. That's literally the name of the team. Happy Feet are around as well. PG Barracks. LFS. I don't know who they are. Okay, so Tigers will play the winner of Alpha Red versus Skill G. Boom ID. Okay, let me just check on Entity. Entity are playing Bossin. Okay, so Boss Ed has the same logo as NCGC, and I even see one of the players from NCGC. Okay, Entity versus Boss Ed. Or TNC Tigers versus, who was it again? The winner of Alpha and Skill Tree. That's actually going to take a while. Alpha R and Skill Tree. Let me just check the score of that match, because it might take a while. They're waiting for Alpha R and Skill Tree. Started 55 minutes ago. Okay, TNC Signifier Entity, lads. TNC Tigers, or just Tigers as they're called now. It's not... get them by any other name. So we got the Tigers match, we got the Signify game, which is going to take a while, and we got the Entity game. Chat, 27 of you. I mean, that's more people than we need to know which team we need to follow. I'm really relying on you guys to let me know. So only one team with Indian players. Let me just check if ROG are playing. No, RG Titans aren't playing. No, they are. Wait, what happened? I saw them sign up. I can't find them. You guys can check the bracket yourselves. Is Reckoning playing? No. Is LXG playing? Double kill. LXG are playing. That's another Indian team. Yeah, LXG are playing this open qualifier. So 2 Indian teams. What's going on in this game? Seems to be a rather close one. But yeah, the winner of this goes on to play versus Tigers. JHS is also there. Okay. What is the JHS roster? Oh yeah, I do see JHS. I know they have a CSGO team and didn't know what... I don't recognize any of these players, but okay. Okay, so... well, we've got 3 possible choices to make here. We follow Signify, we follow Entity, or we wait for the Tigers to play. Signify facing somebody. Who's this? Okay, these do seem like familiar names, but this should again be a rather one-sided affair. So I think I'm going to follow Entity. I think I'll follow Entity. They're going to be playing versus Bosshead. That should be starting out soon. I'm going to quickly get myself something to eat, and then we'll be back with Entity versus Bosshead. ETG versus Bosshead up next. Okay. We'll leave you lads with a little bit of music. I'll leave this on directed camera as well. And I'm going to quickly get something to eat. And then I'll be back with Entity versus Boss Head or the Signify game if that's what you want. Let me know.
the feelings start. I put a wall around my heart, but you're breaking it down. It falls to the ground, 'cause I had lost what you just found. The noise all around, I'm drowning it out, like we're the only ones in the crowd. 'Cause you save me now, save me now, save me now, save me now, save me now. the feeling start. I put a wall around my heart, but you're breaking it down. It falls to the ground, 'cause I had lost what you just found. The noise all around, I'm drowning it out, like we're the only ones in the crowd. 'Cause you save me now, save me now, save me now, save me now, save me
Don't look back, we're here to stay. A life we knew would come one day. And this is it, the borderline to where the future leaves us behind. The fire will burn and never die, looking through the eyes of a brand new life. And so just find me, just find me. Sparks will fly if we scream no. This is not how we're gonna go. We are the ones who'll never let go. Just watch us run to where no one knows. We'll never grow. We'll never grow. Don't look back, we're here to stay. A life we knew would come one day. And this is it, the borderline to where the future leaves us behind. The fire will burn and never die, looking through the eyes of a brand new life. And so just find me, just find me. Sparks will fly if we scream no. This is not how we're gonna go. We are the ones who will never let go. Just watch us run to where no one knows. We'll never grow.
Okay. Looks like we will jump into our next game for the day. Sorry for that small break. I had to go get something to eat, and there's no one to step in. Floki should be joining us tomorrow. Manikanda, how do I watch games? Well, there is something called... basically, I have access to the lobbies, and casters get them. So, yeah. I could try and show it to you. I'm actually going to show it to you. So... wait, add source, screen capture. Okay, wait. Okay, so just showing it to you. This is what I see, and so basically I get to see. It's called the bridge. This is how you get access to the lobbies. I can join the lobbies, but I'm not going to join lobbies. Instead, I'm just going to watch, because if I join lobbies, I have to set a delay and whatnot, and I'd rather not do that, and it can get a bit iffy. So, chat request. What do you guys want me to stream next? Do you want the LXG game? Do you want the Signify game? Do you want the Entity game? Tigers, low tack? Your choice. Your choice. Or I'm going to choose for you. One for Signify. I can't give you the ID. It's... I can't give you the ID. Okay, so this is what it is. Give me a minute. So... Okay, so if I want to show you the LXG game, you click on watch game, and then there's this command. I can't give you this command. It's kind of painful. And I have to enter it in my console. So, request for Signify game, I will do the Signify game. Signify versus somebody. Watch game, copy the command, and then I have to go into my game and enter it in the console. Surprise us. Well, I've surprised you. It's a Signify game. You know what's going to happen? Eventually, I don't want to say this, but it's highly likely that one of these Indian teams do get eliminated, and then we have the stronger SEA teams, and that's when I can follow the stronger SEA teams. So now I'll follow the Indian teams, and who knows, Signify or LXG could surprise us all. I have particularly high hopes for LXG. They are a team with a lot of promise. Milky or Saurabh Saha is a really promising player, but for now, we're going to do the Signify game. We got Signify versus somebody. Just going to quickly check medals because, well, you guys are into that sort of a thing. Everybody seems to be immortal-ish. 1 divine 2 and 1 ancient 5. Could be smurfing. Alpha is not an Indian team. Sujit, Alpha is not an Indian team. I saw you say that in chat. No, they're not from India. Okay. So Blizzard is playing a Spectre. It's a Crowley Pugna. Crowley playing a lot of heroes in the off lane. He's up against a Venge and a Weaver. This can be a rather tricky lane. If no chance, well, if he hasn't got the Fisher available, they could just run down the Pugna. And the Decrypt's going to buy him a little bit of time, but not that much. Look at this. They try and go again. The Decrypt is there, this time on the bench. Crowley's got to be careful. Both his spells on cooldown. No chance. Has the Fisher. They'll turn towards the Weaver. They'll try and just chip away at his HP. Heck, they're even going to get the kill. That enchant totem hit from no chance. Finds him the kill. It's a mid Viper. Viper versus Wind Ranger. No fun hero, this Viper. But Swifty's going to be okay. He's going to push out the wave as and when he can with the power shot. Trade hits with the wind run, but this does more harm than good. Down bottom, Blizzard. Dropping low. He's got Warlock to babysit him. Back up top, no chance. In no man's land. Has that Fisher. Goes for the enchant totem hit. Won't get it off, in fact. Without a point in the aftershock, he doesn't even get that stun. So yeah, there are weaknesses to Signify's draft. But a lot of it is on Blizzard. Blizzard finding farm and finding levels and just carrying their ass to victory. Ogre. He's got the Doom to help him out, and these two, they are trying to bring down Blizzard, but Blizzard with the Shadow Word upon him just turns it around, finds the Ogre. Back up top, Weaver's dropping low as well. Crowley has another Nether Blast, should be able to get it off. Heck, he's holding on to it. The stick charge is forced out. No chance. He's actually going to secure the kill for himself with the enchant totem hit. Back at mid, Swifty. His wind run is wearing off, but he's more than happy to trade, and the power shot wildly off the mark. He doesn't get the kill, but it should be a base trip. Okay, he's got a sal. The Viper's got a sal, so he's going to be okay. And he's going to be back to no good once again. Crowley's got to be careful. Okay, he's just going to decrypt TP. Magic Missile on cooldown. And he's going to walk. The long walk all the way back home from base. No chance. He's got to be careful. The Magic Missile is there. Swarm as well. They'll bring down the Earthshaker. A lot of back and forth in this top lane. Just think that... Okay. This should be a little better. Usually keep the game sounds low because of all the voice lines that get spammed time and time again. But 4-2. It seems to be a lot closer than some of the other Signify games that we've seen today. They are not really losing any of their lanes. I mean, the Pugna is doing well. Blizzard's doing great. Everybody's trading even. And if you're up against a Spectre, you don't want to be trading even. You want to shut down that Spectre early. Because if she's getting a decent laning stage, she's only going to become more of a problem as the game progresses. If anything, you want her to play from behind. But for now, Blizzard keeping up in terms of CS with the Doom. Ogre trying to pull the hard camp. Doesn't succeed. Sujit, there is an Alpha Gaming in ESL India, but they aren't an Indian team. They are a Pinoy team and they're playing the ESL India Premiership. Signify, they're going to lose Nengi down bottom. Python Networking, yes, this is live. This is the Kuala Lumpur Major Southeast Asia Open Qualifier number 1. My name is Veewake, and yeah, we've had a couple of great games coming out from Signify, rather easy wins. This is when things start to get a bit more serious. You folks can type exclamation brackets. Check out the brackets. Let me know if there's any game I should cover next. for now, though, we're going to be sticking with the Signify game. Maybe as the day progresses, we might jump over to Entity or TNC Tigers. Or just Tigers. Mid lane, Fisher into focus fire. Nicely done by No Chance. The Viper really had nowhere to go. Swifty's going to notch up a kill and going to quickly bring down net worth. It might be a little early. But yeah, all the cores on the side of Signify looking healthy. This Viper really struggling in the mid lane. You pick up the Viper. You don't do well at mid. I'm really not sure what you hope to accomplish with that hero. The Nether Toxin is going to be great. And the break will be helpful versus the Spectre. Will take care of both Desolate and Dispersion. But yeah, you pick up Viper, you want to win mid as well. Up top, Crowley, swarm upon him. He's got to be careful. Turns around, has the Decrypt Blast. Weaver will stick up. They'll turn towards No Chance, No Chance. He's got a Fisher if he needs it. Might just want to drop it. He's got stick charges as well. He's waiting for the Weaver to get up close. Does manage to control him. Looks for the Enchant Totem hit, but he is frighteningly low in terms of HP. This is probably going to be a Shrine from them. Down bottom though, the Doom being run at. He's got the Scorched Earth, and the Ogre with that Fire Blast will keep Blizzard away. Quick Shrine coming up from No Chance and Crowley, and then they can go back up top and do this yet again. Doom, he's got the Hellbear Smasher. He's got the Clap. Fisher is going to connect 2 points in the Decrypt. The Blast not in range, barely in range. No Chance looking for that Enchant Totem hit. And this might be the death of him. He's dropping low. He's got stick charges, but he's not going to end up surviving. Crowley doesn't find the Weaver either. Weaver just getting away on a sliver of HP, and they've got a Shrine themselves. Well, Weaver, he's going to be grateful for these kills because that's what somewhat keeping him on par with Blizzard and the Spectre. This top lane, I mean, it's been a non-stop affair of kills left and right. And is that Signify Sentry? No, that's the Dire Sentry. It's in a bit of an odd position. They didn't even block the hard camp. They don't get vision of Signify Sentry. Up top though, they're still going to go nonetheless for Crowley. The Fisher in the nick of time, but action elsewhere. Swifty does rotate bottom, does get himself a quick double kill and gets away as well. Crowley, once at level 6, so he can have the life drain, maybe just get his HP back from one of these neutrals. He's just going to try and hang around the lane and leech EXP if he can. Swifty off to a great start already. And No Chance. Gaben smiles upon him, blesses him with the regen rune. And, well, he drags the creep wave. More CS for him, less for Swifty. But yeah, Crowley calls out a Sal, so he's going to be okay. Can go back to the lane. 7-4. 1,000 net worth in favor of Signify. Still early on. But Blizzard at the top of the net worth charts. They really haven't managed to pressure the Spectre at all. And that is not a good sign when you're playing up against a Spectre. Weaver. He's moved closer to the Radiant Tier 1. Sees No Chance. The Decrypt, the Life Drain, and the Fisher. A bit too late. Because Tassin did walk out of range of that Sentry. And Life Drain couldn't really come into full effect there. Quick magic missile under the Earthshaker, but Tassin low forced the time lapse, and he doesn't get much from that. No Chance even eyeing another Fisher. Crowley's got 15 wand charges as well. And he's going to make the efficiency play. Drops his wand, drops his arcane boots, gets a little bit of mana. Swifty gets a kill in the mid lane. Signify, well, attacking on all fronts, and they might find another. They're searching for the Venge. No Chance coming in. Doesn't have the Fisher for a good 7 seconds. The Blast, the Life Drain, not enough. But yeah, we were really struggling in the CS department. Crowley's got the Blast. Tassin does have the Sukuchi coming off cooldown, and Crowley's got to be careful. He hasn't got one charge. He's got the Decrypt, but the Sukuchi, more than enough damage to bring him down, and the Fisher, a bit too late. I think if you're somebody, it's all about exploiting these these cooldowns, especially the Fisher. Every time the Fisher's not there, they can probably make a go on Signify in this top lane. Blizzard, he's gone for the early headdress. Easier build up than the Ring of Health. I don't presume he's going to convert this to a Helm of the Dominator or Vlad's or anything of that nature. Negi. It does get clipped by the Dire scan. And yeah, the Dire, they're picking this ward spot out. Negi hasn't quite dropped the ward there just yet. He drops one near the hard camp. And Swifty takes the Viper Strike and runs away back home. Well, it seems as if the Dire, they've got a multitude of problems to address in this laning phase. Swifty, he's the one now on top of the network charts. Blizzard, not doing too bad. Crowley's going to get swapped up top. They might just be able to find this Pugna. Crowley still alive, has one charges, but he's going to end up falling. No chance. He's got the Echo Slam. He's trying to bait out the Weaver. Tasin, close on his tails. No creep wave, so that Echo Slam doesn't do all that much. The Fisher will come out, but no chance. He's a dead man as Tasin gets himself a double kill.
Thanks for playing Dota 2. Double.
And again, a really close laning phase here. Bomb lane, they're going to commit the Doom. They really want to dive Blizzard on the Spectre. No TPs just yet. Blizzard just trying to work with that dispersion. Will soak up as much of the damage as he can. The Doom still alive. The Ogre, tanky as all heck, will end up surviving. They'll commit the Golem, but it's only for an Ogre, and they'll get the kill nonetheless. The Doom, well, there aren't any targets that he's been bounded with the Fatal Bonds, and he's going to be making it way all the way back home. And Swifty, well, he did try and find the Venge, which is a kill that he did secure, but he's going to run away back to safety. They commit the Golem. They find an Ogre. Not the best exchange, but the tier 1 tower top has fallen. And this constant pushing from Crowley has paid off. Maxed out points in Netherblast. Should keep his farm healthy. No chance. I mean, he's recognized the fact that he's done his bit across the map, especially in the top lane, and now he can move elsewhere and get active. He's even blocking out that one small pixel, which is the only way the Viper could escape that Fisher, and he'll even secure the kill with the Echo Slam. Blizzard still has the Haunt available, so there is potential for Signify to make a play elsewhere on the map. Venge, just checking if there was any kill that he could fish for at the Radiant Shrine. Crowley going for the Veil of Discord, nice and early. The armor from the Helm of Iron will valuable. The stats valuable. Negi down bottom. He's dropping low. The Scotch Sword committed, but Swifty is there with the Shackle Shot. Blizzard with the Haunt as well. They want to get this kill over to the Spectre, and they will indeed. Well, Blizzard got one, Swifty got the other, but Negi ends up surviving. So it's all happy times to Signify, as they are enabling their cores. But one core, well, he's going to be making that long walk of shame all the way from base. Crowley forced out a lane. Can probably just buy more regen. He's got the Veil complete, so that decrypt, 3 points in it, along with the Nether Blast will hurt. No chance. Walks made, ends up falling. The Viper Strike committed. And the Viper, I think that's his first kill. Blizzard farming the hard camp. Now there is a Dire Observer ward here. The Doom is available. They might need the Venge or the Ogre if they hope to find this kill. Maybe then they can bring down the Spectre. Crowley for now, he's got to be careful. The swap. Oh. Well, the Venge got fogged for a second there. Otherwise, Crowley might have been a dead man. Crowley might still... No. Okay. He is really flirting with death in this mid lane. Swifty just wants to get that Maelstrom complete. He's got an Arcane Rune. Can't really do too much with it. Does attempt to check if there are any heroes from the Dire sitting on that Bounty Rune. For now, both teams playing for this 15-minute Bounty Runes. I think Team Somebody, they're going to find 3 of them. And Swifty will find 1 for Signify. No chance. under cover of the smoke of this seat. Can't really make a play anywhere on the map. The Venge is just babysitting this Viper, waiting to swap him out if things get a bit too sticky. Or even swap in the Crowley Pugna. And yeah, he did. Yeah, nah. Not gonna do it. Negi looping in. Has the Golem. They might just overcommit a bit too hard for the Viper, but they could find a tier 1 in the process. Keeping my eyes peeled for this mid lane though, because it seems as if a lot of heroes are going to be forced to rotate. Weaver with his Maelstrom, Swifty with his. Swifty looking for the Shackle, doesn't find it, forces out the Sukuchi, but that's about it. Negi gets caught out, ends up dying, and there's Signify's chance of finding any kill or pick off in this mid lane. Fisher coming out from no chance. Well, the focus fire has ended. Swifty can't really do too much. Blizzard, he's dropping low, but he is farming away and he's making decent progress towards the relic. Blizzard on the Spectre is something that Signify or any team that Blizzard has been in we haven't really seen it since his Beyond Infinity days. That's when he used to pick it up every now and then. One of the few teams that picked up the Spectre. And actually that was the one hero that Beyond Infinity had a poor win rate with. I do remember that every time Blizzard played the Spectre, there were less and less chances of VI winning the game, especially versus Invisible Wings, Crowley's old team back in the day. But yeah, we get to see it now in a meta in which it's particularly strong, and Blizzard's got off to a decent start. Just needs to CS in the jungle as hard as he can. No chance is taken over bottom. The hope of Signify trying to converge upon that mid lane has come to an abrupt end, and they'll just fall back and farm. And this is absolutely okay for Signify. I mean, they have a Spectre. They're okay playing the clock on this one, playing for time, just farming up, waiting for his item. And yeah, they're all finding gold across the map. Swifty is farming the top lane. The scene, I really don't think he can do too much about this. He's got to be careful that he doesn't come in line with the tree. Otherwise, Swifty could have turned that one around with the focus fire available. No chance. Sitting bottom. Crowley's taken over mid. He's got his Aether complete along with the Veil. Even more magic amplification. Swifty and Blizzard will both shrine up together. We were just waiting on the high ground. Down bottom. It finally seems as if Team Somebody have got some purpose. As they're looking for this tier 1 tower. It's not going to be easy. Crowley gets jumped upon. He should rather quickly end up falling. The Doom was held on to, and this could be the death of them. Crowley turned around. He has the life drain. He's still healthy. The Doom comes out a bit too late because the damage has been done. Negi gets himself a double kill on the back of the Golem. Blizzard even chips in for one, and they might even be able to deny Crowley. The Shadow Word, the headdress, multiple sources of health regen, and he's actually going to end up surviving. The Viper comes in, but he's been controlled. The Echo Slam is there. Viper all by himself. Well, he's got the Weaver to back him up, but the Weaver has no allies to work with, finds a Negi Warlock, and tries to get the hell out of there. Swifty with the Shackle latches onto the Weaver. The Fisher isn't quite there. The scene, saved by that time lapse, will end up surviving. But Signify lose only the Warlock, find 4, and even get Blizzard a kill. Instantly though, they look to smoke. They haven't got the Doom. They could try and make a play across the map. The Venge probably trying to get a couple of deep observer wards down. Pumps in a Swifty. Swifty. A little premature on the wind run there, but that's okay. I mean, the Venge moves to the enemy jungle. Crowley moves mid. Should find the tier 1. Probably doesn't want to die for it. The swap only level 1 and the Venge doesn't have much to work with. No vision on the high ground. Can't really get too much done in terms of getting the fight started. And Crowley's going to be okay. Dyer getting the deny off in the jungle. Swifty and Negi being hunted by a Weaver as well as the Doom. The Infernal Blade onto the creep, but Tasin gets the kill. Stays Wicked Sick on his Weaver. And Crowley's out of here. He's going to go bottom. Seems to be building towards an A on disc next. I don't know. I mean, It might keep him alive versus the Doom and whatnot, but I'm not. Oh, Crowley. He showed. He showed in the lane. Doom isn't available. He's going to try and abuse this. But, well, they've got multiple heroes in this bottom lane, and Crowley's going to end up falling. Got a bit too greedy for those 20-minute bounty runes, and that was going to be the death of him. Well, no chance. He's got his Blink Dagger complete. 20 minutes in. Not his personal best in terms of time on this Blink Dagger, but 20 minutes is still a very respectable timing for your Shaker's Blink. We were just trying to farm up his Lincoln Sphere here. That's going to help him to a certain extent. Most of the Pugna and the Wind Ranger. But there's a fair amount of AoE control. With the Earthshaker, with the Warlock. I don't know. Maybe a BKB could have been a better choice. But the stats are valuable as well. Signify they're going to give up the tier 1 tower down bottom. It seems as they're grouping up and they're trying to find a better trade here as they're aggressing for this tier 2 tower up top. Crowley got the maxed out Nether Blast, and they even got a siege creep. I think they caught that Viper TP. They'll drop the Nether Ward. They're ready for the fight. They've got Negi in the backlines with the drop if needed. Blizzard's being run down, but he's got the dagger. He's going to be okay. Weaver in no man's land. Can't really come and help his team out. Signify just making the smarter player. They forfeit the tier 1 tower down bottom. And they take the tier 2 tower top along with the Viper's life. Doom blinks in, not sure who to do. Doom's the Wind Ranger, but Blizzard's here with the Horn, the dagger as well. Drum charge pop, but they've got the control. They'll commit the Echo Slam. They want this Doom. They're trying their hardest. Crowley just in the trees, buying time, looks for that blast, doesn't quite find the Doom. Blizzard running forward, has a complete radiant, should find the Venge, but no, he doesn't find the Venge, and now he might end up falling. But Crowley, the man of the hour, giving his life to Blizzard as Blizzard barely ends up surviving the power shot. Is it there? Swifty? Nah. It's not going to connect. But Signify, they lose the Earthshaker. Swifty survives the entirety of that fight. They get a tier 2 tower. They get the Viper and the Ogre. Dire Vision all across the map. I think Signify, they did have a couple of wards in the enemy jungle. But they've all been de-warded. They have this one ward still standing. And that's about it. I think Negi's called out a couple of sentries. Doom, well, he doomed Swifty, but there was no real follow-up. I mean, Weaver wasn't part of that fight. Came to that fight a bit too late. Couldn't quite have the impact that he would have wanted to. But yeah, Signify, they're going to be more or less quite pleased with this. Negi's going to get caught on a warding mission. I think that should be the death of him. And that should also be a easy debot for the Dire. There's only a Radiant, is a Radiant Observer there. Negi caught in the jungle. They want to give this kill over to the Viper. They'll do that. The Viper. Well, he's starting to catch up. Still got a long way to go, but one fight that he ends up surviving could change his net worth drastically. Doom has committed the Scorched Earth and the Drum Charge, but a quick Fisher from No Chance will hold him in his tracks. Swifty with that Blink Dagger, toying with the idea of going upon the Weaver. They'd like to bring him down, but he's got a Lincoln Sphere. You can still make sure that he's a secondary target of that Shackle, and that ignores the Lincoln Sphere altogether. No Chance walks ahead and blinks out, playing with fire here. They know that a bunch of Dire heroes are in the general vicinity, but No Chance gets caught out nonetheless. The Wave of Terror ensuring that his Blink Dagger is on cooldown. The Magic Missile just in case, and Negi swapped out should end up falling as well. He hasn't got the Golem. He's going to accept his fate like a man, and both supports on the side of Signify take a hit. These Dire Observer wards still standing. Negi had 3 observers, 3 sentries rather, didn't get the opportunity to de-ward them. And Team Somebody, they're going to make the most use that they can of these wards. Blizzard still farming though. He's got himself the Radiance. Getting closer and closer towards the Manta style. Let's gonna help versus the Viper Strike. I believe that can it be dispelled? No, cannot be dispelled. What am I saying? Doesn't help versus the Swarm either. Takes away Ignite, but it's stats. Movement speed stats, I mean, does just allow you to play on the back of that dispersion and let the Spectre just stand there longer and be more of a nuisance. A complete Crimson Guard now on the Doom. Jeez. Swifty, I mean, he hasn't really been able to move around these fights and get as much done as he would have liked to. It hasn't been an action-packed mid-game from Signify, and they're in the right in a sense. I mean, all they have to do is just farm and enable Blizzard, and Blizzard will do the rest. He's got to be careful though. The Nether Toxin, he's applying the break effect, and they will doom up Blizzard on the Spectre. He wants the Viper, won't find it, no chance, might be caught as well. The Doom right on top of him has the Hellbear Smasher still, and no chances. Blink Dagger constantly being disabled. The swap coming out from the Venge. They bring down the Earthshaker, and Crowley takes a hit down bottom as well. Well, Signify, they tried to play around the Haunt. Again, they really had no vision. They were deep in the dire jungle. And, well, Blizzard wanted a kill onto the Viper. Didn't get that even. And to make matters worse, Crowley gets picked up elsewhere on the map. Weaver's now got a complete Orchid as well. Yeah, I mean, what we did see here was Blizzard just dying in the Nether Toxin. The dispersion clearly not doing enough, and Blizzard, as well as Signify, I mean, they still don't have to feel the pressure to make a move. They can still keep farming away. What's probably going to tick off Signify a bit is that Blizzard's found his Radiance. He's had it for the past couple of minutes, and he hasn't really found the impact that he'd like with it. He hasn't got the Horn now. He's going to find a double damage rune. If Signify get gone upon now, they're not going to have the Spectre joining them for the fight. Blizzard doesn't even have a TP. But Signify playing it smart. Not that smart though. Crowley, he's going to get dove upon here. Looks for the TP. They've got more than enough control. They'll swap him. And they bring him down. Crowley dead. Signify, well, they are to a certain extent making a better player. They're going to move towards Roshan. But it seems as if Team Somebody know what's up. And this is where things could turn disastrously wrong for Signify. Shadow Word upon Spectre. He's still alive. Roshan dropping low. The Wave Tire giving vision. The Blink Daggers cancel. The Shackle is there. They deal with the Venge first. The Echo Slam just for the Weaver. Just hoping to control him. The Weaver controlled by that Fisher will end up falling. No chance. Doing the work of God. Taking away that godlike streak from the Weaver. Gets Signify in a good place in this fight. Blizzard gets his Aegis taken away. Negi still in the vicinity. The Viper's dropping low as well. The Doom did manage to find Swifty. An unstoppable streak put to an end, but no chance. Once again, the man of the hour. There with the control. There with the Fisher and Blizzard. Well, all he needs is a little bit of control so that he can run down this Doom. The Nether Toxin is there. They are trying to chip away on the Spectre, but without the Doom and without any further allies, this Viper is doing more harm to himself than any good as he ends up falling. Blizzard gets a double kill. Signify, been a huge fight around the Rosh Pit. All on the back of that no chance Earthshaker. Some phenomenal plays coming out from them. Heck, I think Crowley... Where was Crowley? I think he joined the tail end of that fight. But, yeah... The choice of prioritizing the Weaver and successfully bringing him down before he could get the time lapse off was huge. Without that, that fight could have turned differently. And Signify, they didn't get to spend much time with the Aegis, but they'll find a tier 2 and they might find a kill. But the swap! Venge, quick on her feet, buys herself some time, but not enough as Crowley with the Decrypt and the Drain will bring down the Venge. And they'll get a couple of bounty runes as well. Crowley can even BOT top if he really wants it. He's going for the Dagon there. Just more burst damage. Swiftly will take the top bounty. And he sees the Ogre. He sees the Ogre inching closer and closer to the bounty rune. That Observer Ward is going to get quickly dewarded. And Swifty blinks forward. Does have the Wind Run. He's got to be careful though. The Wind Run, well, he's level 20. So he's got that. The Wind Run grants invisibility talent over the +1 second shackle shot duration. Negi's got his Glimmer Cape. That's going to help him stay alive a little while longer versus the Weaver. He sees the Doom all by himself. No chance there with the Fisher. The shackle shot is there. Swifty, well, holds that Doom in place. Does he have the damage? So he's trying his best with the Maelstrom as well as that BKB. The upheaval will slow down the Doom, but do they really want to pursue this? The Echo Slam committed, but the swap is there by the bench. She'll sacrifice her own life for that of the Doom, and they could actually even play around this. Negi doesn't have the drop. Spectre's got the Haunt if he needs it. The Nether Toxin will not cancel the Wind Ranger's blink, and the Fisher blocks the Viper off, but he's got a 4-staff. He's going to stay alive. Drops the Nether Toxin, hopes to keep Blizzard in check, turns around, drops the Viper Strike. Blizzard, he's got to be careful. He doesn't want to get kited. Signify, they'll find only Avenge. They'll take what they can get, but more importantly, they'll take the last remaining tier 2 tower for the side of Team Somebody. Tasin, I mean, I bought this up when he picked up the Linkens that maybe a BKB is what he needs, and after that skirmish around the Rosh Pit, he knows it. He needs that BKB, and he probably wants to be able to bring down the Earthshaker first in these fights and skirmishes. Swifty going for that Lincoln Sphere, just that one more layer of protection versus the Doom. Negi, not sure what the plan is, son. Well, no TP. He's still alive somehow. Up top, Swifty. Don't think he can bring down the V-Ball by himself. Not until he builds something that can pop that Lincolns. Viper, he's made a decent recovery here. He's got the Hurricane Pike, he's got the mech, he's building towards a BKB. Mech receiving a small buff in the recent patch. I believe from 250 heal they increased it to 275. Yeah, it's our 275. I think it was 250 earlier. Yeah, you even got the one of the more ridiculous talents from this Viper at level 25. Nether Toxin silences. Your life draining, silence. I mean, there's not much you can do. You have to maybe consider BKB at some point, but there's so much control that pierces spell immunity. You got the Doom, you got the Viper Strike, you got the Swap. Swap is rather small, but the Doom and the Viper Strike both pierce spell immunity, still offer a lot of control. And I think some of these level 25 talents are really broken. The more and more you hit these 60, 70 minute games, there are some ridiculous talents in Dota. Like, what is Splinter Blast 2-second stun? How can you have a 2-second stun on Splinter Blast? I personally found that to be a really broken talent. A 2-second stun, just to give you perspective, is longer than an Ice Path. Yeah. It's not even a mini stun. It's a proper 2-second stun. I think Brood's talent is also... I mean, it's what keeps her relevant even if she loses a lane. But it's also borderline broken for me. Fortunately, although, I mean, folks say that Grimstroke is kind of broken. Literally broken, as in not overpowered, but just badly coded, because there's so many weird interactions with him and his spells. But I think he's a very beatable hero. Doesn't really win you the game. I mean, makes us guys who make Dota WTF videos happy by giving them a lot of footage. But as far as play is concerned in matchmaking, or even in competitive play, whenever he gets competitive, he's got an abysmal win rate. He is on paper really strong because he's got a silence, he's got a stun, he's got a nuke, and he's got one of the most broken spells in the form of Soulbind. He still has a really abysmal win rate across all brackets. It is hard to really execute that hero successfully. Well, the pause has come to an end. Swifty looks like he's still making progress towards that Lincoln Sphere. Both him and the Weaver playing hide and seek in this top lane. No chances here. Oh, no chance. Might just end up falling. The Orchid tossed out upon him. Tassin wants to bring him down. The Shackle. Perfect from Swifty. And they'll pop the Lincolns. They bring down the Weaver. That's 100 seconds without him. Swifty with a clutch Shackle there. Manages to find the Weaver and Negi. Yeah, he's making space. He is, in a very weird sense, making space here. Pugna is going to TP up top. Crowley, he's got the decrypt, has the blast, the life drain. The blast didn't quite come through, but the life drain is there along with the Dagon if he needs it. And yeah, they bring down the Viper. They start pushing out bottom while Blizzard wrecking havoc in the mid lane. Finds himself the Ogre. They see the Doom. His Blink Dagger disabled. They might just force him to BKB, but the Shackle is there. The swap as well. This wench, time and time again, just sacrificing her life for the greater good. But what good is it, honestly, when both their cores are dead? They might be forced to buy back. Weaver and Viper, they've both got a buyback, but the drop is available. The Echo Slam as well, and Signify, they're chipping away on a tier 3 on the back of one sloppy mistake coming up from the Dire. Doom goes in, has the Centaur Conqueror, Hoof Storm, Negi's got the Glimmer Cape, he's still alive. The scene wants to bring down the Earthshaker and Echo Slam in panic, but no chance, won't get much on the back of it. The Doom is there. Blizzard, well, he's being controlled, he's being run down here, but the stun's just on there. Doom, his BKB put to waste, wants to blink forward, has the Infernal Blade, holds on to it. Finally lets it go on a Blizzard. Blizzard alive courtesy the decrypt, and now we look to turn. The Doom is wearing off. He hasn't got a heart. He has actually got a heart, and that's why he's been alive all this while. The power shot off the mark, the shackles off the mark as well. We will get away, but Crowley wants to run down this Doom. The decrypt there, the blast a bit too late. Doom still alive, and Signify force out a bunch of buybacks, bring down the tier 3 tower to half HP across both mid and bottom, and they still didn't lose any real core. No chance. He probably wants to invest a bit in sentries simply because his Weaver just jumps him and punishes him with the Orchid. But yeah, I mean, to paraphrase or to just quote AJ here, it is like Signify just woke up. I had really props to Swifty on that Wind Ranger, that Shackle. He really didn't have a way to find an easy Shackle onto the Weaver. It had to be a creep as the primary Shackle shot target and the Weaver as the secondary target, because that's the only way he could have ignored Weaver's Lincoln Sphere. Without that, they wouldn't have found that kill. They wouldn't have found a flurry of kills. Even Blizzard just popping the Haunt and finding the Ogre in the mid lane. And Signify, they have 11k net worth. But honestly, when you play teams who are... I want to say these two teams are neck and neck. If this were a best of 3, it would be a slightly different affair. But yeah, it's these small advantages that really secure that win for you. And Signify, they've got to punish these. They've got to make the best of every small opportunity they find. Swifty, the angle, perfect yet again. He's found the Weaver, no chance, jumps in from the skies, and Swifty will secure the kill for himself. And fantastic. Blizzard, once again, I think he committed the Haunt and the power shots there. They see the Doom as well. They'll force out the BKB. He turns around with the Infernal Blade. Doesn't quite have the Doom just yet. Blizzard throwing his body forward. Well, all Signify have to do is take the tier 3 tower on bottom, but they want to fight up top. They'll force out the BKB from the Viper, and with the Nether Toxin, they look to bring down Blizzard. That's Blizzard down. His unstoppable streak taken away. Signify, getting a little ahead of themselves. Feed away the Spectre. Swifty still alive. They've got the Golem if they want it, and the Echo Slam. They'll drop the golem, the Fisher on it too. The Echo Slam could come through. The Enchant Totem is there for now. The Echo Slam, well, it's not pretty to look at, but as long as Signify get these kills, they're going to be, well, they're going to be okay. I'm not even sure what that Shackle latched onto who. But okay, Signify get a couple of kills. That's the Viper down for 109. The Ogre and the Doom are bought back. They can't really do too much. All you got to do is blast down this tier 3 tower, focus the objective. They should find tier 3 and back off. And they probably look to do just that. Swifty flirting with the idea of going back in. Goes upon the Doom, the Crimson Guard, keeping the Doom healthy. The Decrypt is there. Quick swap coming up from the Wench. Well, they're still going to play. They've got 45 seconds until the Weaver respawns, and they'll try and do as much damage as they can to the melee barracks. They didn't take the -1 second Nether Blast cooldown. They instead chose to Pugna, instead went for the +3 Nether Ward health. But yeah, they've got the barracks up top. Nagi's going to Glimmer Cape and TP out. The Center Conqueror Stomp. Not then Crowley just zaps down that Ogre. It's 50. Runs forward, forces out the BKB. It's not down to 6 seconds. 7. Okay. But yeah, Signify. They're going to be okay with that. They lose the Spectre. They get barracks. And they could just go back for Roshan. Roshan is up. They've got a fair... They've got no vision actually. It's all dire vision around the Rosh Pit. So they probably want to D-ward around the Rosh Pit. If they do want to go for Roshan. Or maybe just smoke and make their way through. Yeah, Signify walk into the Rosh Pit. There is a Dire Observer one. Team somebody. They've got no intention of going and contesting Roshan. They're just going to give it up. And Signify, a 17,000 net worth lead, a Heart, a Skull Basher, complete on the Spectre. This is their game to lose. They give the cheese over to the Wind Ranger. He's actually putting the Point Booster in active inventory. Well, Crowley with that Aether Lens can chip away under tier 3 with no commitment. It's a magic damage sniper. And look at that. Just zaps down the Ogre. No chance out of there. And the Ogre down for a good 40 seconds. Team somebody. Still not sure as to how they want to defend this. He'll throw out the Doom on a Crowley. Quick Lincoln Spear dropped onto him as well. The Haunt is there. Blizzard jumps in. Once the Venture drop, catches onto all three. No chance. Goes forward. Has the Echo Slam. Does a fair bit of damage. Viper alive with his BKB, but the Weaver down. Blizzard gets himself a double kill. He's standing in the Nether Toxin. Man fighting the Viper. No chance. He's got the Swarm upon him. Will tick down to the Nether Toxin, but Blizzard, doing God's own work, brings down the Viper, and Team Somebody, with nobody left to defend, will tap out. GG, well played as the call is Signify. Move forward in the Kuala Lumpur Major Open Qualifier. I mean, they were supposed to be playing for the late game, but they didn't just aimlessly hope to luck out on the back of a Spectre. They made a couple of smart, calculated plays, and good Dota coming out from Signify as they notch up another victory. I'm going to quickly look over at the brackets. Refresh them, in fact. Okay. Chat has immediately requested the LXG game. You can jump into that one. LXG. I don't see the LXG game. I think I have one of the LXG players on my friends list. Okay. I think I've jumped into the LXG game. Let me just quickly take a look. I think the LXG game is over. Yeah, so LXG did beat Icarus 1-0. And LXG have to play the winner of EWAS versus 7 seeds.
Killing spree. Double kill.
Wow. Entity just got knocked out. Entity have been knocked out, guys. You can check the brackets. I think some iteration of Team NCGC knocked them out. That is Team Boss Ed. Entity knocked out. It's been a rough day for them. They lost in a CSGO tournament. They get knocked out early on in the open qualifier. Well, I probably think I might just stick with Signify or maybe jump into the LXG game. So Signify have to play the winner of Neon versus CCSID. And I think LXG are waiting for EWAS' game to get over. Yeah, so I'm probably going to stick with either one of these games. And yeah, we got 2 more games coming up today, the round of 32 and the round of 16. I'm going to leave you folks with a little bit of music. And then we'll be back with the next couple of games of the day. My name is Veewake. You're watching the Kuala Lumpur Major Open Qualifier. We're going to be back with either Signify or LXG as they battle for a slot in regionals. Stay tuned.
We'll never grow. We'll never grow.
Okay, looks like the LXG lobby is upon us. I have jumped into that game. We're jumping into the LXG lobby. But until then, I have this small little bit that tells you folks a little bit more about us casters at AFK. Enjoy.
Born in the country of Cast, Curry, Gauss, and Crusader level Dota, 4 boys fought to become the best Curry casters in all of SEA. Having gone through a rigorous regimen of Bollywood dancing and ancient Eastern vocal exercises.
Hello sir, welcome to technical support. How may I help you?
Hey, my coffee holder's broken.
I beg pardon sir?
You know you push that button on your computer and the coffee holder comes out?
Sir, no one has ever done that. No one has ever done that in the history of Dota.
They do play-by-play.
Splinter Blast from Fly, rolling bowler coming in from Jerax, he drops the Magnetize, has the urn, you got the Arctic Burn coming up from Fly, Geomagnetic Grip coming through from Jerax, boulder smash to follow, they bring down Chessie, and
They do SEA.
Magandang gabi, no? Magandang gabi.
Let's see!
Gago! Gago, this is Gaga! Ulol! You cannot spell Ulol without you!
Loki, Veewake, Gambit, and CloudX are back! Back to back! Only at AFK Gaming!
Okay, so... Okay, well, we're still... the game is live. I have entered the command to join the lobby, but... To join the game, rather. Just going to do it yet again. Okay, there you go. We're loading into the game. So, this is LXG versus EVAS. Now, LXG... I don't know how familiar all of you might be with Indian Dota, but Deliverance did play on a team called Go Figure with Archmage, and that was a team that did beat Aggressify back in the day. Deliverance is quite a proven captain himself, not entirely proven, which is why he's still got something to say about this. He's been around for a while. He's talented. He's a great support player. He's led his team to victories which shouldn't have been theirs in the first place. Beating Aggressify in the Cobex online qualifier, then beating ROG in the Dew Arena online qualifier. And yeah, LXG, it's his dream team in his hometown of Bangalore. sponsored by LXG, the cafe chain, and I know that they've been scrimming a lot versus Southeast Asian teams. And yeah, maybe maybe this is their open qualifier to win. Entity, they've already been knocked out. They've been knocked out by NCGC. Not exactly NCGC, but a team with the NCGC logo and a player from NCGC. So this, well, the story ends rather early and rather abruptly. But you still got two Indian dogs to back, LXG and Signify. I'm trying to jump into this LXG game, but for some reason there's something wrong. I'm just going to quickly restart my Dota. Leave you guys with this weird main screen. And yeah, I'll just restart. Okay, this should fix it. Restart my Dota. And don't worry, I've got some of the LXG players on my friends list. If all else fails, if the Faceit lobby system doesn't work, I can spectate them directly. Okay. Jesus, don't. Okay, there he is. Watch game. Can I watch friend live? Okay. There you go. Joey, we got LXG facing off versus EVOS here. There you go. We are in the game. The draft's just begun. I know of LXG, I've been following them, but I haven't casted enough games of this. They kind of try and win the draft as hard as they can. They also like to do ever so unconventional things, such as a support Doom. They're one of the few teams that do like to run that support Doom. And it seems as if EVOS have come into this with some preparation. They banned out the Lich, which is not a common ban, but it's something that LXG might have been running a lot. And Lich is a rather strong hero in a sense in this dual lane heavy meta. If one of your side lanes is coming out with a huge EXP advantage, it could change the complexion of the entire game, if especially that side lane just relies on EXP to get active across the map. Get an early 6 on one of your offlaners or one of the two heroes on that side lane, and you got a slight edge coming into the mid game over your opponents. But yeah, this is going to be LXG's true test. They're up against one of the stronger tier 2 teams in SEA, which is EVOS. I don't want to say this is undoable though. I think they have a shot. LXG do scrim a lot. Now, what I do know about LXG, which is rather strange, and I've discovered that they scrim, but they don't scrim with the best. They scrim with weaker teams. Not by weak, I mean they scrim with teams that have ranked players that are ranked 2000 and whatnot, but they only practice their own strategies and they only work on themselves. For them, they don't believe in scrimming versus the likes of EVOS and whatnot. The scrimming versus weaker teams working on themselves. And this is a rather unconventional approach because every team wants to scrim a Mineski, a TNC, an EVOS, whatnot. But LXG, they're happy to just look inward, develop their strategies, perfect their mistakes, iron out their kings. And I've actually spoken to some of the other pros about this, and they have mixed opinions about this. I think the proof is in the pudding, and if LXG do cause an upset today, it would be an upset if they beat EVOS. We'd all be happy, if nothing else. They're going to pick up the Wraith King. Decent, strong offlaner, can really fit into almost any sort of a draft. And pair him up with more or less any support, and he's got a decent side lane to work with. EVOS, do they want to give it the Revenge? Are they okay giving over the Dark Willow? I'm just going to quickly give the bracket link. Harsh, 1 second. Yeah, I see where you're coming from, Manikanta, but yeah, well, this is how LXG have been approaching. They do play stronger teams in tournaments, but they don't seek out scrimming versus them. Abhishek, yeah, if there's anything that's probably a weak point on the side of LXG is that I talk a lot to Deliverance, and I do spend a lot of time with him, and he really wishes that his players were more skilled. He talks about how in one game, anyways, I'm not going to bring up these stories. They're rather personal. But yeah, Kaneki, I saw him play last year. He played for Team Wipeout, which was Deliverance's team back then, after Go Figure and before LXG, and they didn't do as well as they'd like. And Kaneki was playing the one position, not the two position. He's now playing the two position, and they weren't quite happy with his performance. But across the year, he's definitely improved a lot. I don't know if his hero pool is as narrow as you say it is, Abhishek, but yeah, we will find out. The Dark Willow left in the pool, they're going to pick it up. Strong offlane already. He was going for the Venge on the Dream Protector. The Weaver's banned out, common pairing with the Venge, but there's still a bunch of offlaners that they can pick up. Looking at how the drafts have been progressing, I mean, it's... because everybody's running these dual lanes, and I'm just waiting for somebody to break this tiresome meta. Everybody's banning out pesky offlaners that could cause a problem for their respective safe lanes. The Enchanter is getting banned, the Weaver getting banned, the Necrophos, not really all that pesky, but getting banned nonetheless. And now, EBOS, they'll move on to banning what's more within the meta. They'll ban out the Spectre. LXG, they've got to be careful. Brood is still in the pool. We could see a surprise Brood pickup coming out. Maybe an Alchemist? No. Okay. I thought that Bloodseeker ban was very indicative of EVOS picking up an early Alchemist. They're going to pick up the Mirana for themselves. It's probably going to be run in the offlane in conjunction with the Vengeful Spirit. LXG. What do they want? They would have liked the Klings. Mirana and Venge both primarily dishing out projectiles which can be dodged by the strafe. The arrow doesn't get dodged by the strafe, although it is a projectile. It's a very odd interaction, but only targeted projectiles get dodged by strafe. The arrow being not targeted just goes straight through strafe and stuns that Klings. But they're going to pick up the Winter Wyvern, which is a nice pick. There is a fair amount of physical damage. You pick up a Venge, you probably want to pair it up with some physical damage, and the Winter's Curse could turn that against EVOS. The Flying Vision from the Arctic Burn also helpful. Arctic Burn, although it does give Flying Vision, the Wyvern doesn't quite break trees, so the Dream Protector is not going to be too bothered by that. Next pick on the board here for EVOS. This is when they start to give away their draft a bit. They could pick up something like the Ursa for themselves in the safe lane. He's good versus the Wraith King. They'll go instead with the Nature's Prophet. They'll work with the range that they have. And instantly, LXG, they'll respond with the Queen of Pain pickup. So, I think the Quap pickup is somewhat telling of the limitations that LXG are working with. Just instantly picking up the Quap without even looking at the matchup here. A Morphling ban coming up from EVOS. The last two bans, they're yelling Alchemist. Mid one did play that Morphling versus the Alchemist in the mid lane and had a lot of success. The Bloodseeker also good versus the Alchemist. We've seen LGD already prove that to us. I think LXG might just want to ban out the Alchemist. Probably just not take their chances here. What else is left to ban? They could, you know what, this could all just be a big setup. They're setting up for LXG to ban the Alchemist, and maybe they pick up something like the Brood and then the Quap gets run over. But they instead ban the Lina. So both Brood and Alchemist in the pool. And I think one aspect where Indian teams struggle often is getting outdrafted. I'm not saying that LXG are outdrafted yet. But with this last pick, EVOS do have the last pick here. The possibility of an outdraft is certainly on the cards. Spectre's already been banned out by EVOS. Okay, so they're going to pick up the PA for themselves in the safe lane. EVOS. They could Brood. They could Huska. They could Alk. If they want to. Or they could play it safe, just pick up the Viper, have that break, have a way to deal with the Phantom Assassin without investing in items. Phantom Assassin is not going to have too much fun. It's probably going to be a Nature's Prophet along with the Venge. Could pair up the Nature's Prophet with the Treant, but kind of counterintuitive considering that the Nature's Prophet, well, consumes a couple of trees every time he summons Treants, and the Treant wants those trees, but he will still go with the Medusa. They were... that Bloodseeker and Morphling band, really weird. I don't see why they banned those two heroes. But, yeah, EVOS, they're going to pick up the Medusa. That's their late game secured. That's going to be the answer to the PA in the later stages of the game. And LXG, they've got a lot of team fight. They've got the Winter Scars, a lot of AoE with the Terrorize. While EVOS, more single target, want to move across the map with the tree into the Mirana and find pickups every now and then. EVOS, they've got one new player amongst their ranks. It is Laichu on the Nature's Prophet. But pretty much all the other players have stuck together. They were together past season. Deliverance is really key this game on that Winter Wyvern. Usually when you play the Winter Wyvern, what's kind of worrisome is that there is a very mobile core on the other team that just jumps you and brings you down before you even get that Winter Curse off. But the Mirana can try, but I don't think she's going to succeed. The Nature's Prophet could, really could. But if he goes ignored in these fights, he could set up for a great curse, turn the Medusa against her own allies, turn the Mirana, the Nature's Prophet, against his or her own allies, and yeah, the entire complexion of that fight could change. Can I keep playing that mid Quap up against the Medusa? It's going to be a slugfest, really. I don't see Quap winning this lane. I don't see Medusa losing this game. They're just going to trade even at mid. But yeah, I mean, this patch, it's all about the side lanes. It's about the synergy between your side lanes, the strengths, the weaknesses of your side lanes. And I think Mino's going to be okay. As long as the wave is closer to his star, Deliverance probably doesn't want to spam out the Splinter Blast too often. Should be able to CS on that PA. Up top, Wraith King, Willow, one of the strongest dual lanes we've seen in this patch. Should be able to apply a fair amount of pressure, which is why they've actually sent... So, I'm not really sure... I don't know. I think... Look, this isn't a patch where they're hard 1s and 3s. The roles are kind of fluid. I think NP is supposed to be the 3 and they are sacking him. And hoping that the Mirana finds more farm bottom. Zeus instantly getting things off to a start here. The Wraithfire Blast into the Bramble Maze. Laichu's got to be careful. He's dropping low. They'll try and get a couple of hits off onto the Wraith King. But LXG know that they can't really contest the Bounty Rune. They're going to pick up their own Bounty Rune down bottom. The Mirana, along with the tree, and not finding much success either. 2 Bounty Runes apiece. And LXG not afraid to fight up top. He was... not blocking the way, but they want to get a couple of hits off. Yeah, that seems to be the plan. Illogic, he's got to be careful. Zeus is there with the Wraithfire Blast, the Bramble Maze as well. Parasite. Trying to dish out as much damage as possible. Both teams fighting fire with fire in this top lane. Non-stop aggression. Zeus salving up. Ready to go again. Parasite doesn't have... the Shadow Realm mid lane, Kaneki, he's got to be careful. He's man-fighting Facehugger, and this is a fight he will not win. He ends up falling. Medusa gets first blood. That's 385 gold for killing the Quap in mid. Well, Kaneki, I mean, all he has to do is get levels, get active elsewhere on the map. I don't see him winning mid up top. Illogic, he's got to be careful. Perhaps a Fairy Fire still alive for the time being. But both Parasite and Zeus continuously applying pressure up top. Bottom lane, how's it going? Minos finding CS. Not as much as he'd like. Mirana with more CS to her name, but LXG. Yeah, he's just gonna keep toggling that aggro, getting as much CS as he can. And I'm really curious to see what he builds on the PA. I don't know if he goes Battle Fury. Probably just gets the Desolator along with the Phase and the Aquila early damage. Needs the armor from the Aquila versus all these right-click heavy cores on the side of EVOS. Zeus and Parasite, though, they've expended a fair amount of mana and they are struggling to approach the lane. Again, okay. So it's a core Venge and a support Nature's Prophet. Now it makes a little bit more sense. I think I've got it right. Light, you even getting the deny of on Australians. Zeus. Not really able to approach the creep wave. Well, Light is doing a good job on this Nature's Prophet. Parasite wants to hit 2, and that's when LXG go again in this top lane. Once they get that 1 level on the Willow. A lot of denies coming up from the Nature's Prophet. He's really ensuring that LXG do not get much from the top lane. While EVOS down bottom, they're finding a lot on this Mirana. Sitting on the top of the network charts, Venge, sitting on top of the CS charts, I mean, and Venge also up there. 10 denies to her name, ensuring that the wave doesn't push, and Lights just up to no good. Constantly trying to dish out the Harris here. LXG really struggling versus this Nature's Prophet. They've got to try and bring him down at least once, and they're going to do that. The Wraithfire Blast is there, Bramble Mace available, but Parasite is holding on to it. Quick Magic Missile, Lighchu will just look to TP. Parasite holding on to his mana as well. And maybe they go on the bench. Zeus, he's going to have mana shortly. It's not an easy kill. I mean, Illogic has 7 armor to work with. Down bottom, though, Deliverance forced to use the Cold Embrace upon himself. Whitemon as well as Nemo upon him. Deliverance is going to end up falling. LXG not really happy with the start they've had in the lane so far. They're losing both side lanes. They're being crushed. And, well, I think there's still a shot of them finding a way back in the mid game. The co-op finding levels. The PA maybe getting a little lucky with the RNG and the coup de grace. Kaneki's again dropping low. This is a base trip for him. He's lost mid heavily, actually. He's lost mid very, very heavily. And problems continue for LXG as they lose Zeus up top. Illogic finds that kill for himself. Deliverance. I mean, in the past, if you were a 4, you could get active across the map and try and remedy some of these lanes, but you run the risk of leaving your one position all by himself and ensuring that he gets nothing for a good amount of time. Up top, Lighchu, he's got to be careful. Parasite, hot on his tail, does have the Bramble Maze, but won't drop it. So it's, well, LXG at least are getting bounty runes. 2 bounty runes for them. I'm going to be okay with that at least. Kaneki really struggling in this mid lane. I mean, all 3 lanes have gone to shit, pretty much. And Zeus, well, he's daunting, but LXG with the 3k net worth lead against them, they might just lose Zeus yet again. The Bramble Mace is there. Logic sidesteps all of it, just runs down Zeus, has the damage with the Aquila, could look towards Parasite, has the Magic Missile coming off cooldown. Parasite's got to be careful. He'll stick up. Illogic will salve up, so he's not going to be too affected by the tower, and even with the salve disjointed, he'll still get himself a double kill. LXG self-destructing here. Looking completely out of sorts now. Parasite does see Illogic, and this kill could be worth a lot. Kill bounty is a factor of net worth, and Illogic, well, with the bottle is going to be absolutely okay. Takes the high ground. Kaneki moves in. The dagger is there. Scream as well. But Kaneki, low on mana, low on EXP as well. Can't really man-fight the Venge. And all he's forced to do is tag his shrine. He could look to go back in, but yeah, the Venge is out of there. Deliverance. Putting that point into the Arctic Burn over the Splinter Blast. I think it's because it's percentage-based damage that you can dish without really pushing the wave. You can somewhat orb walk with the Arctic Burn. So he wants the wave to push in towards Minnow. Doesn't want to use Splinter Blast just for himself. Minnow's got to be careful. Starstorm is there. Arrow. He'll clip squarely under Deliverance. And with the Nature's Prophet TPing in, Deliverance might just end up falling. No real turnaround potential. In fact, the Mirana leaps forward, sees Minnow, wants the PA. Deliverance drops the Splinter Blast and ends up dropping himself. And the Starstorm is there. Minnow will fall as well. E-Boss find not one, but both kills down bottom and lose none in exchange. So Willow's coming in, sees the Nature's Prophet. The hit from that Shadow Realm not going to be enough. Z-Boss. Well, they're stomping over their opponents here. The Skeletons trying to run down in logic. Zeus first with the stun, but the magic missile there as well, and the Venge will finally fall. 582 gold for Zeus, will fall to the Spirit of the Vengeful Spirit as well. Down bottom, the Mirana bot down as well. LXG finding a couple of key kills, punishing the over-aggression coming out from EWAS. Get a little bit of gold, but just to tell you how inconsequential these kills are, or how far behind LXG are, I've dropped down the net worth charts, and the Wraith King, with that kill, just with that kill, he's barely above the Nature's Prophet in terms of net worth. Wop is behind the Nature's Prophet in terms of net worth. Down bottom, LXG seems if they want to fight the Splinter Blast. Is their quick lead seed coming out from Whitemont. LXG giving chase. The Bramble Mage does connect. Nemo slowed by the Arctic Burn. Doesn't have a leap charge. Could actually end up falling. The Nature's Guy's route is there, but Bino with the dagger finds the kill and the gut detection. They see the Treant. No way to stop his TP. He's going to get away to safety. But LXG find a couple of key kills. And every time I look at Kaneki, he's low, walking back home, dead, or just hogging up shrines. And up top, Zeus dived upon the Sprout and the Treant, trying to block that Wraith King from running away. They get the kill. Goes over to the Nature's Prophet. They've got an urn complete. Whose urn is that? Okay, so the Nature's Prophet has got an urn. Kaneki just not able to approach the mid lane. He's level 6 on his Queen of Pain, while the Medusa is level 9. Up top, EWAS find their first tier 1 tower of the game, and they're going to keep pushing. Zeus walks ahead, immediately gets stunned by the magic missile, but here comes Kaneki. As the Sonic Wave and the Scream, is it enough damage? So the Nature's the Wrath of Nature bounces around, but it's not going to do too much. Kaneki still alive, but the Treants enough for the bench to find a kill even in her own death. While down bottom, the Willow's going to end up falling as well. Treant getting that kill all by himself. Nature's Prophet does TP bottom. Minnow getting run down under his own tower. Has no one to help him back. The Mirana has another leap charge, but Minnow, quick with the Phantom Strike, will get away to safety. Facehugger, he's had enough. He just sat himself down in the mid lane, found a tier 1 tower before the 10-minute mark, and Minnow might just end up falling. The Treant is there. The Nature's Guy does its trick. Dark Willow with the Shadow Realm buys a little bit of time for TPs to come in. It's only Zeus on the Wraith King. But, well, the Nature's Prophet not too bothered. Kaneki comes in, has the Scream and the Dagger. Nature's Prophet just looking to TP out. Will be alive, will be okay. Treant still here. No detection on LXG. He's going to get away to safety. And LXG lose their third tier 1 tower. All these stars falling within the 10-minute mark. So much gold going the way of EWAS. Chat is asking for the bracket. Vinith, here you go. Here are the brackets. Sorry, I turned my eye away from chat for a couple of minutes. But yeah, up top, Illogic just going uncontested, and Minnow, well, he might be on the leaderboards, but it takes a lot more than that for him to win this game, really. Mid lane, Kaneki. Does get rooted up. The arrow not there. He's going to survive for the time being. Back up top, Minnow. Well, the cold embrace was forced out. Well, it seems as if LXG know what EVOS are up to. They're trying to bit by bit chip away at this Wench. Will turn around, drop the magic missile. That's Kaneki there. The Winter's Curse is there, but doesn't do much other than hold the Nature's Prophet in place. They'll deal with the Wench, bring her down. The 317 gold. The Willow doesn't feel comfortable chasing anymore, and the Treant Protector is there as well. And look who's here. The entire cavalry, in fact, as Mirana loops in from the south. The Treant gets one, gets the PA, and now they look towards the Wraith King. The Sprout, well, it's not going to come through. They need an arrow for this to work. They're not going to chase really. They lose the Wench, but they find 3. 2 goes and a Willow. Kaneki 12 minutes in. He's not even got his threads complete. He's having a rough time, but he's making the right place. I think LXG, they've got to fight across the map if they want to really stand a chance at coming back and hope that they can force EVOS into fights that they don't want to take. The problem is EVOS are so far ahead that despite coming into these fights without the Medusa, without all the echoes, they're still winning them. Kaneki, I'm not sure if he knows that Roshan is on the cards here. Walks towards the pit. Could get sprouted up. The sprout doesn't connect. LXG looking to contest. The Wrath of Nature bounces around Kaneki, looking for that Sonic Wave, blinks forward, drops a scream. The Sonic Wave is there. The Winter's Curse is going to come through, terrorize, pushing them all back. The Bramble Maze not clipping on anyone. LXG walk into the pit. They get Roshan. They get the Aegis on Minnow as well. And this is their fight to lose. His Deliverance walks up into the high ground. Does have the Winter's Curse. He's holding on to it for God alone knows what. And he's going to end up falling. They lost the Wraith King, but that's just his first life. And Kaneki, without any of his scores really alive, doesn't feel comfortable going in. Zeus, he's going to end up falling. Deliverance just held on to that Winter's Curse for oh so long and paid the price. As well, LSG, they got Roshan. I mean, there was a silver lining in that cloud, as they did get the Aegis on Minnow, but that's about it. The Winter's Curse would have got Deliverance at least 1 kill, but kept holding on to it. This train causing all sorts of problem. As LXG, they're running short on detection. They really have very little vision to work with. Dire observers all across that map. The jungle heavily warded. They'll drop this sentry. It is just out of range of that observer one. Where? What the hell? And Minnow's being tailed. He's got the Aegis, but I think EVOS can rather easily bring him down twice. They're not going to be too bothered about the Aegis on the PM. Treant still lurking, just moving across the map. Zeus trying to build towards that blade mail, have some stats to work with, punish some of the heavy physical damage coming up from the side of EVOS, but they'll just jump upon him. The root is there, the Sprout as well. A couple of Treants to block his path. The Urn doing its trick. The Terrorize will push them back though. And Raichu can't chase any further, but the Wrath of Nature bounces around the Cold Embrace, gives him a little bit of HP to work with, and Zeus barely ends up surviving by the skin of his teeth. Hey, he's taunting, but I mean, LXG, they're having their fun. To me, it looks like a game that's really not much fun to play, but they're still enjoying themselves. And now Deliverance shows himself down bottom. Blyche is there with the Sprout. Well, the Flying Vision is going to help him get away, but they'll commit the Overgrowth. It is for a Winter Wyvern. It's worth 196 gold. They'll take what they can get, but more importantly, this should ensure that EVOS find this tier 2 tower. Minnow still farming. He's got the Mask of Madness complete. And EVOS on their first tier 2 tower. 15 minutes in. They picked up all the 15-minute bounty runes as well. Yep, there you go. Well, Minnow, He's had the Aegis, and he's used this Aegis to farm primarily. I wouldn't mind LXG using this Aegis to fight. Get one pickup on any one of these scores on the side of EVOS. They could be worth a lot of money. I don't want to say LXG are out of this just yet. What's going to be crucial is for them to deward all this offensive dire vision, which is just giving EVOS so much information. Deliverance could buy sentries. He's got the gold for it. The Willow's got some cash as well. Kaneki, I mean, despite the incredibly rough laning phase that he had, he's found himself a whale. But just to give you guys a little bit of perspective, he's still behind the enemy 4 or 5 position Nature's Prophet. So it's okay, but it isn't that great. And there's now a Solar Crest complete. So there is that chance to pierce evasion with the Solar Crest up top. They'll try and bring down the Mirana, just force out a couple of leap charges. Haven't got enough. It seems as if LXG are grouping up for this tier 1. Now they are fighting as the Aegis is timing out. So I'm not sure if this is in their best interest, but they'll make this play nonetheless. And if Minnow dies with the Aegis on cooldown, this might not be as fun as LXG are hoping for. The arrows, they still got the Aegis. He's still alive. The Overgrowth committed. Minnow, his Aegis, well, does work for him as they look towards the tree, and the Scream of Pain is there. They'll find themselves the tree, and that is a mega kill streak. Stone Gaze doing work as Kaneki will fall. Zeus in no man's land, still has the reincarnation, will respawn yet again. EVOS looking to disengage. Minnow on the other side of the fight looks towards the Nature's Prophet. The Sprout doesn't do enough, but Mirana will try and just run down this PA, and the lifesteal not enough as Minnow falls. The Winter's Curse yet again not used. Deliverance. Well, I understand why he had to scram, but you want to use that Winter's Curse. Okay, now he's looping in from the back, and he's popped a Spoke of Deceit. He might find one. Not sure if he can even find one without dying. He's got a decent position. And no, Deliverance looking to TP. The arrow's there. Oh, that just sucks. Well, the good news for LXG is that Minnow made some sort of use of that Aegis. He's got himself the Mithril Hammer. He's making progress towards that BKB, which is going to be good, but the Overgrowth does still pierce spell immunity and can control him. And with or without the Overgrowth, they'll set up for the arrow. Minnow will die yet again. EVOS converge upon the PA, shut down Minnow, shut down any hopes of LXG really making a comeback in this game. Mirana got herself the Maelstrom complete, building towards that Dragon Lance. Needs the stats more than anything else. Parasite drops a sentry, immediately gets dewatered by the tree and is moving across the map with the Quelling Blade. And then Kaneki, he's going to approach the way mid, but I don't know how safe he feels about this. Illogic making his way, has the magic missile, they time it perfectly, they bring down the Quap, the Wrath of Nature just in case, and the Sprout is there as well. As Blightshoe comes in from the backlines, has the Solar Crest and the Urn, doing work on his Zeus. Zeus still alive for the time being. Nature's Prophet walking ahead, does get the Overgrowth. Illogic runs forward, that Terrorize not holding him back long enough as they look to dive. Deliverance with that Cold Embrace will stay alive, but he'll be held in place with the Sprout. They'll turn towards Lightshoe, but the Moonlight Shadow keeps him alive, but Deliverance will not be that fortunate as he ends up dying, and Illogic isn't even done yet. He'll swap out Parasite, the damage is there. A wicked 6 streak on the Medusa, and LXG, they will hide their sadness behind voice lines as they're tier 3 on the verge of being siege. Zeus, his reincarnation on cooldown, can only throw his body forward, but to what end? There isn't any real follow-up. Zeus barely sidesteps that arrow. The Sprout not going to connect. Scream of Pain, Sonic Wave, all the goods being thrown in for a Treant Protector who will not even die. They'll try and chew down the trees. Whitemon reveals himself, might just end up falling. The Scream is there. Winter's Curse does a fair bit of work. They should find one. It is the Venge. The Venge will fall. Zeus still alive. Deliverance alive with the Cold Embrace. The Star Storm, enough. Mirana dominating, might be with a life though as Kaneki with the Scream and the Dagger gets himself a double kill. Facehugger, quick to find the trade, finds the Dark Willow, but Kaneki wants to give chase, wants to bring down this Medusa, who's sitting at a ridiculous 14,000 net worth, just 20 minutes in, and, well, Kaneki can't really cancel TPs all by himself, can he? Well, they got the tier 3. They lost the Venture, the Mirana, which are going to be a little displeased about. But yeah, EBOS, this is their game to throw. I think LXG have probably got to hope that they can contest Roshan yet again. They've got to pull around, pull out a miracle here if they want to come back in this game. Get the Aegis on Minnow again, and I'm really not sure if that's enough. He's trying to farm his BKB. Let's do a quick item check here. Not much in terms of items for the boys from LXG. Just a Veil complete on Kaneki, the Mask of Madness, an eventual BKB from Minnow's used with that Blade Mail, but nothing much. He was then moved towards the Rosh Pit. LXG, I think contesting this is possibly their only hope. Either you contest this, or you farm buyback and you hope that you win by defending your high ground. That's the only two options that LXG are left with. Is EBOS will eventually come to push out high ground. Now, this is bad. If Kaneki gets picked off all by himself, it is bad. He's going to survive for the time being. The arrow, not even attempted. Or was attempted, didn't connect. Kaneki playing with fire will blink at TP, knowing that the arrow's on cooldown. He's going to be okay. I've dropped the buyback status because if LXG want to hold, they can only hold by buying back. And well, if they want to hold, they've got to ensure that Minnow is still alive when the fight begins. Minnow tries to jump onto the Nature's Prophet there, just root upon root being tossed out upon him. And they'll control him with the Solar Crest and the Treants. But here comes Kaneki, has the Sonic Wave on the Scream. Raichu with that mech is going to be A-okay. Logic doing the damage, finds Parasite. Minnow will fall as well. Illogic trying to push out the Winter Wyvern, will barely succeed. Kaneki in the trees, looks towards the Mirana, but he's so low, he's just going to end up falling. Illogic with the swap just in case. The Winter's Curse is there, but is it really going to amount to much? The Splinter Blast, meaningless. As a Mirana with the cheese is going to be okay. And LXG, no. This is the end of the road for them. They fought admirably. They came until the round of 32, and they end up losing to EBOS. Well, we've still got another set of game on our hands. We've got. I'm just trying to check. Okay, guys. Actually, this is where I call it a day and I end my stream, because. Well, I've got another Indian tournament to cast and duty calls, and I have to probably just go and cast that event. Sorry about that, folks. My name is Veewake. You were watching the Kuala Lumpur Major Southeast Asia Open Qualifier. We're a bunch of casters from India that love casting Southeast Asian Dota. Do follow our YouTube channel. We do create a lot of content. You can check out our interview with Entity's coach. You can check out our podcast with Toby1. There's a lot of good content there. So do hit the follow button. We're going to be back tomorrow with the quarterfinals, the semifinals, and the finals. Both Floki and I will be there. So see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for tuning in, and goodbye.